Hello friends, welcome back to Life with Becky. If my voice starts to go out, it's because I'm getting over a cold. I do apologize. Today is Monday, April 3rd, and I cannot believe the month of March is already gone. A lot happened in March in my life, and to be quite honest, the idea of going back and redoing the budget from March, and not redoing it, but tracking it and doing all of that and closing it out was just too overwhelming. I wasn't going to do it. So instead of letting that stop me, because in the past I would have said, well, if I can't do that, then I'm not going to do April. That's not necessarily logical. So I'm learning and growing. And so I'm just going to ignore March and move into April. April's going to look very different. Well, not very different, but different. One of the big things that happened in March is that my husband and I decided to part ways. I hate the word divorce because it's so ugly and has so many negative connotations, but that's what's happening. We are getting a divorce. It is entirely amicable. It is friendly. We still love each other very much. We just don't fit well together after 15 years of marriage. We have both grown and evolved into new people, and those new people are awesome, but we don't fit together anymore. And we are going to be able to better be our true selves outside of that marriage. So we are going to get a divorce. We have a court date set for mid-April, and we're not fighting over anything. We don't have any kids together. I'm still going to stay in touch with his kids. He's actually going to stay living here. We're going to be roommates for a little while so he can save some money. It's all very, 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 very friendly and the best possible scenario I could have asked for. And while I'm nervous about this next chapter, I'm also really looking forward to it. A little bit of a financial concern, but I am blessed and lucky enough to have wonderful parents who are financially comfortable and will be able to assist me. And I will tell you, just over the last few weeks, looking at my budget and figuring out what I'm going to do, I have even more respect for people who are working multiple jobs, struggling to get by. The older I get, the more I realize that poverty is not something that people choose. So if you're watching this and you're stuck in an endless paycheck to paycheck cycle, if you feel like it's never going to get better, I don't necessarily have wisdom for you, but know that I see you and you're valued and you're loved and you're worthy just for being you. And just keep working every single day to get where you want to go. And God willing, it'll happen for you. My situation is kind of interesting. I have my dream job. I am in a job that I absolutely love. I work at a local university. I love working with the students. I love working with the faculty. I love my boss. Like, everything is just fabulous, but it doesn't pay very much. And on my income alone, I could not afford life generally without getting a second job or doing something else. But I want to have a life, and my parents, luckily, are, like I said, are wonderful and generous and have already offered to help. So once Mike moves out, that will become a bigger issue, because while he's living here, he's going to be paying rent and a little bit more than he's going to be paying a significant amount of his money back into our house so that we can pay the bills and everything together. So that's what's happening. So I'm already ready to go for April. I thought ahead this time, and I went ahead and wrote out the month's schedule. I have written down when I get paid and then when Mike is going to send me money. He already set up his own bank account. I just realized I erased this and then didn't go back in. I spelled mortgage wrong because it's just a weird word. That just looks strange. I wrote in when bills are going to be due. I wrote in Easter, and my oldest stepkid has a birthday. Happy birthday, Remy, if you're watching this. And so let's get going. This is going to look different, and I don't really know exactly how I'm going to do it. So we're going to play along. We're going to play with it, and it's going to look different next month, and it's going to look different the month after that. We're looking right now at Mike moving out probably sometime this summer. We're hoping to probably have that more solidified at some point, but he's also being wonderfully gracious and making sure that I have my financial stuff in order so that he knows that I'm not gonna suffer when he goes. So, okay, let's get started. I will do my best to remember that I'm gonna put, I really stink at remembering where my parameters are for this camera, so I'm gonna do this so that I remember where this needs to go back to, but I can't write on it like this, so I'm gonna do that. So my income is roughly $20-40 every month. That might adjust a little bit once I am divorced, but because I'm going to change my tax withholdings, but I don't know yet what that's going to look like, and that won't probably take effect until May at the very earliest. And then Mike is going to give me $2,000 a month. And if you remember from previous budgets, he makes about $3,600 a month. So he has plenty left to do his thing. No savings this month. Oh, something I did want to mention, when Mike and I decided to do this, let me turn to my savings tracker at the back here. So when Mike and I made this decision, we looked at our savings account. Remember, we were saving $10,000 towards the brickwork we had to do on our house. We had to do chimney tuck pointing on the back of our house, and then our front porch needs to be the facade needs to be redone. Grand total, that was going to cost about $10,000. When we decided to get the divorce, we looked again at the quotes that we got from our masonry contractor, and this amount was more than enough to cover the tuck pointing work, which was the structural integrity work. It was the stuff that the home inspector actually and Rebecca recommended that we get done when we bought the house 2 years ago. And so we went ahead and did that. We actually were able to get in on his schedule way earlier than we were expecting. So it's already done and the money is spent. And so I've decided I'm going to stay in the house, and I've decided to postpone the front porch work because it's actually not that urgent. As I have said that, then since then we've discovered an actual structural issue on the front porch, but I haven't gotten a quote yet on how much that's going to cost. So anyways, I no longer have a savings goal here. So I'm going to write in here, chimney tuck pointing, completed March 2023. And I think the grand total was something like $3,800. And then the remaining used toward our divorce fees. Because when you file for divorce, you got to pay them, the county. It's great. So that's done. But it's just helpful to know that that's what's happening, so that way I can keep track of that. And then if I decide to set another savings goal, I can use another tracker. And so this tracker, we're just going to say, is technically done. I have a red pencil. I don't have a red pen. Okay, so that's that. And also, while I'm back here, I just want to update you on this. So because we decided not to keep saving for the brickwork, we were able to put a little bit more against our high interest rate Visa account. So we were able to pay quite a bit more on that last month, and we're going to continue to do that. Mike has agreed to, we've just decided to split everything. So he's going to keep helping pay off these debts, because it would be way too tedious to go through and decide which debts were whose, and half of them are probably for both of us anyway, whether it's eating out or travel or what have you. And then we're just going to keep paying the minimum $150 on the lower interest Visa until this one is paid off. So he has agreed to keep helping with that, which I really appreciate. Okay, so then let's go back and find, I think it was this one. Yes. Okay. So that was where I wanted to go with that. That's why I started talking about it, is because this is the savings area and we are not writing anything in there this time. Okay. So now, house. So I'm going to go ahead and write the total amounts because I'm accounting for Mike's income. So not all of this will be coming out of my income, but like, I need to say that for my own use. I actually have a separate spreadsheet where I've said, okay, this is how much I'm paying towards these things. This is how much he's paying towards these things, and the total, and blah, blah, blah. So as usual, we have a mortgage at $1040, and that actually already came out, so I can do that. We have home maintenance. He's agreed to keep helping me, or I'm just saving extra for that. I think that's important to keep saving for. And he's also agreed to let me keep all the funds we have saved for home maintenance since I'm keeping the house. The power bill is $364. Cable bill is $146. We don't owe trash this month. Water bill is $46. Phone is just mine. He has gotten his own phone plan, and so mine is $50. Okay, so that's all for the home. Food, we have agreed that we're gonna keep the status quo when it comes to food. I'm just gonna keep buying food and going to the grocery store and making meals, and then if he wants something else or he's not gonna be around, he doesn't have to eat it, that's fine. But it's kind of like a roommate situation, like, hey, I'm cooking dinner, do you want some, type thing. So we're gonna keep that the same. If either of us ever wants to do takeout or something, that's coming out of our own money. So that's it for food. Healthcare, I'm gonna do my life insurance payment here. And this month, I am not saving anything towards I have very little money left to save, so I'm not saving anything towards medical costs, and just hoping and praying I don't need any. Credit and loans, we're gonna do the LCU Visa is getting its minimum of $150, and then the Capital One, we're gonna have to wait and see because the minimum is $250, and whatever extra is left over is gonna go on that. So I'm gonna wait and see what that looks like. Personal is going to be saving for hair care costs because you know what, I'm a girl and it's expensive. And then my miscellaneous spending, this is what you might call fun money or just kind of extra discretionary, whatever you want to call, is $120. And then transportation, I have, oh, I lied, I have one more thing. Under home is Merry Maids. We're gonna keep that going for now. Excuse me, sorry, that was really gross. Okay, so transportation, I have gas. My work is like 5 minutes away from my home, so I'm not that worried about having enough gas. So I think $75 a month will get me. Car maintenance, I'm gonna keep saving for because my car is getting older. Aren't they all? Aren't we all? And then I'm gonna keep saving for AAA so I can renew that when it comes around. Entertainment, we decided I'm gonna take on Netflix and he's gonna take on Disney Plus, and we're canceling Discovery Plus because we don't really use it. And then if one of us wants it back, we can get it, but we're gonna share these accounts. Netflix. So he'll still have access to Netflix, I'll still have access to Disney Plus, which is great. And I think, why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? Well, let's just do some totaling and see what happens. And of course, I turned my computer off and put it to sleep, and my phone is being used to record. So if you'll excuse me for one moment, I will do this on my computer. Just make sure my calculations are good. Okay. So I'm going to fast forward through this part or skip it even. Okay. So this is correct. And so adding all these together, I have $821 left over. So that is what is going to be put towards the Capital One bill this month, which then gets us to 4040, which is the total income. So that's that. It's a really, really simple budget this time. There's just a lot less going on. So the next thing I want to do is actually one thing I wanted to do. I got the red pencil out for a specific reason. I wanted to make note of which items Mike is helping pay for, just so I can keep track of it. Okay. So it's all the communal expenses, right? So my life insurance is my expense. Netflix, we agreed I would split. This is all for my car and this is all for me. So that's fair. So then I do decide on a few categories that I want to track. So I'm going to set that up and I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to do, and then I'm going to go over here. Oops. I bet I can keep that all on one page. Okay. So this page is going to be food. And this page is going to be transportation and home maintenance. Just in case I have to spend anything out of that category, because I do think we have a problem that I need to address. So that's fun. Transportation will include everything like gas, oil changes, anything else that happens. So I just want to make sure that I've got enough budgeted for those things. And my car maintenance, by the way, in case you forgot or didn't know this, my car maintenance amount is combining the cost of regular oil changes, my license and registration, as well as any repairs that come up. So that's why it's kind of a high number. If you're wondering, I think that looks like a little bit of a high number, but it's all of those things included. So that, oh, and also my car insurance is included in that. So it's high so that every 6 months my car insurance can come out. Every year my license and registration fees can come out. So, and then I still have some left over for repairs or whatever I need. So that's that. It's a basic one this month, you guys. This is going to be weird. It's going to be really, really weird. We're just going to see how this month goes and hopefully keep on top of this. I feel like I'm a little bit better prepared to think about things. And yeah, I think that's it. So I hope you all are having a wonderful day. If you're struggling with something, please know that you're not alone. And yeah, say hi down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Bye.